Wisp Sports Radio, the voice of women in sport.
Hello, and thank you for downloading Transcending Sport here on Wisp Sports. I'm Chris Stafford, and on Transcending Sport, we share the stories behind the scenes of organisations that have formed to help women and girls in sport, to media outlets, charities, and organisations that share our values and philosophies. My guest today is Caroline Wiley, who is the founder and president of See What She Can Do, a Toronto-based organisation that is aimed towards uniting women around the power of sport. Their mission is to find inspiring content, people and business to help you do your thing, and your tribe and resources to help you keep moving. Caroline formed this organisation last year, which is building a community and cooperative that will help girls and women to connect in a variety of ways, through groups and events and via a business directory and marketplace. We will hear how the organisation came about and Caroline's vision for the long-term future of See What She Can Do. Caroline, hi, welcome to the program. Thank you for joining me.
Oh, thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Well, first of all, let's introduce See What She Can Do. You're a Canadian-based organisation, as I said in my introduction here. You founded it, you're the president, so you must know everything about every inch of the organisation. Tell me a little bit where the idea came from in the first place.
It's an idea that has been sort of creating itself in my mind for a number of years, having been in the industry in a number of different capacities. But it was really about trying to build real solutions to a lot of the issues that prevent women from getting involved in sport.
What is your background in sport then, Caroline?
It's a varied one. I've done management consulting, programming, organizational leadership. What I did as a student was a master's in recreation and leisure studies and a business background as well. So I've, been able to combine my passion for business and for sports under this one umbrella. So it's a pretty exciting industry to be in.
Now, did you play sports much as you were growing up in schools and college?
Oh, absolutely. All my life. It was my passion. It's still my passion, and it's my happy place.
Well, full disclosure here, Caroline. Which are your sports of choice?
Right now, it would be ice hockey, golf. Those are the two primary ones. And then whenever I can get out hiking and just being active with my two teenage daughters and my husband as a family, then whatever that means, whether it's Foursquare or, on our bikes, that type of thing. It's fun when you can still get your teenagers to play Foursquare on your driveway. It's kind of a fun thing. So,
well, I could imagine being Canadian, you'd have to say ice hockey, wouldn't you?
Yes, absolutely. Although I was late to the game. I didn't start playing until I was 40-something, early 40s, and what was exciting is I've moved around a lot across North America, and when I settled where I am now, didn't have a lot of connections to the community and learned that there was this Learn to Play Hockey program. And it was really the best thing to be a part of. I've met a wonderful group of women, learned how to play an awesome game, and really just find some sheer enjoyment out of the sport. So it's just been even though it's a sport that everybody, a true Canadian sport, it's fun when you come to it later or earlier.
It certainly is exciting, and sometime I hope you'll get the chance to listen to Coach Shannon Miller's show Hockey Talk here on the Wisp Sports Network. And she dives really deep into the sport, as you can imagine, and talks to some players around the sport. It's a great show if you like ice hockey. So quick plug there for Shannon Miller. Let's go back to See What She Can Do. How did you come up with the name and why that title?
Well, what we wanted to do, really, my business partner, Tina Finelli, her and I were building our business plan and building the site. And together, really, almost on cue, came up with See What She Can Do, because our mission is really to highlight what women can do in the world of sport. And whether it's in the imagery that you find on the site. I happen to be the photographer for a lot of the work that's on the site. It's a passion of mine, and we really wanted to get away from the passive representation of women in the world of sport to active and doing, so that women can see themselves reflected in those pictures, and increase the visibility of what women's participation in sport is all about. It really is about the capability and the do.
Well, often we hear that phrase these days, you can't be what you can't see, don't we? And I think this is what you're doing, in where your tagline says uniting women around the power of sport. So I think this is, again, a vehicle to empower women, basically, isn't it, Caroline? But I want to talk a little bit more about the different aspects of the site and the different almost services that you provide. You're trying to build a community, as we are here at With Sports, and I want to say now, welcome to With Sports and becoming an affiliate partner, because I think there's so much synergy between the two organizations.
Absolutely. And it's exciting to have the opportunity to work with an organization like WIF, because, there's power in numbers, and you can't have, it's such a great way to have success collectively. But in terms of the services that we provide, it's a digital platform. And so our goal is to create really easy to use tools to engage and empower women, and engage and empower the businesses that serve the active female. So the services that we provide, you can be a member of the site. There's content that you can browse without becoming a member. But as a member, you can create your own groups, you can create your own stories, you can create your own events. And it's a very easy, at your fingertips experience, whether it's on your mobile phone or on your desktop. And also you can provide feedback about the businesses that you use in your community. And it's a platform that's designed or structured based on place and activity. So, you can drill down to your own local community, or you can go national if you want, depending on what you're interested in finding and doing. And then in terms of the business side, we want to be able to give businesses the opportunity to reach the active female. So we've created a virtual neighborhood, if you will, and an opportunity for businesses to create a location in that neighborhood to reach women. And in that space, they can also create their own groups and create their own content and create events and promotions that complement their existing website, bricks and mortar. It's really providing I suppose the push side of the push and pull consumer relationship for businesses. But it's really trying to leverage today's technology and give women a chance to engage in the world of sport in their own terms, and to see themselves and to be a part of that community wholeheartedly.
And in terms of the demographics that you're aiming this at, Caroline, and the age groups, talk a little bit about that and what kind of community that you have. What does that spectrum look like right now?
I think that our primary targets are probably between 18 and 60, 65. Right now, the demographic is probably skewed to, I would say 30 to 55. But our goal is really to reach whether it's the active student, the active professional, or the active mother. It's really those primary consumer markets that we're interested in, because those tend to be times when the ability to be engaged in sport can be challenging. So how can we help women in each of those sections have a better experience and ensure that they have the ability to incorporate sport and physical activity into their lives? So whether you're a student that's just finishing your university years or your college years and you're moving to a new community, how can our platform help you begin the engagement into that community, so that you don't have to spend a lot of time and resources and effort finding your peeps, if you will, and or whether it's a mother, a woman who's a mother and wants to enhance her community, much like my story of hockey, moving to a new community. I had young children and at that point was home with the children. But wanted to meet people who were like-minded and were interested in getting engaged in sport. So we want women to be able to find the programs and the information and the stories that will inspire them or inform them to be able to get engaged with their local community and beyond. So those are the three main target markets, if you will, that we're focusing on.
Well, when did you actually launch, Caroline?
We just launched last year. We actually launched on International Women's Day, coincidentally. But so we just launched last year.
Tell us a bit more about the marketplace that you have there, and what that provides, and what kind of community you're looking to build within that marketplace.
Well, the marketplace, our marketplace right now, primarily is an opportunity for us to sell some branded material. One of the things we do as part of our content creation is we cover events. So the pictures that we take while covering the events are available for sale. We have different galleries that are available. We also, if there are events that we're hosting, we'll have information on those in that marketplace. And then obviously if there are folks who are interested in advertising through our site, certainly there's an opportunity to learn some more information about that as well. But our goal with the marketplace, it would be great to be able to build out that marketplace as a place to help women find different products that are related to their sport engagement. It's another opportunity to build some partnerships with companies that serve the active female. But for now, it's primarily our opportunity to sell some branded merchandise, help the people that participate in events that we cover to find the pictures, because everybody in our mind, it's great to be able to see yourself being an athlete and doing what it is you love to do, and photos certainly always provide you with that opportunity to have it long lasting.
Well, it certainly does do that, of course. Now, how do you fund the site, Caroline?
Right now, it's been primarily self-funded from a startup perspective, but we're certainly interested. We've just begun the process to reach out to organizations from a partnership perspective, sponsorship perspective, and the like. And the other source of revenue, of course, is the business side of things. There's a subscription fee to being a business partner in our Athlete Advisor, which is our business directory. Because we're still in beta phase, there's still an opportunity to sort of kick the tires, if we will, over a 60-day period. But we're really hoping and expecting to be able to build out partnerships with lots of different organizations that want to be able to have a destination, a place where they can reach active women. I think that's been a challenge in the marketplace, the business market. is how do you reach women? How do you reach active women? And so one of the goals of actually building this innovative and one-of-a-kind infrastructure is being able to provide businesses an opportunity to reach this community. Because, much of what we do today is on our phones. We book hotels and we, book reservations, et cetera. But the sport and leisure industry is just beginning to come online. So one of our goals is to be able to create that avenue to connect all of the stakeholders in the industry, whether it's women who are looking for resources or businesses who are looking for new customers. It's really trying to create a marketplace that's female-centric and welcoming to females, but yet allows for businesses to show that they are partners and allies of women who want to be part of the sport community.
Full Time, The Soccer Show with Katie Stengel, only on Wisp Sports.
Now, do you have contributing journalists as well? Yes.
Yeah, I contribute to some of it. We have a number of different writers, independent writers who write for us. And then the other wonderful opportunity for the content, the stories that we have, is we have an opportunity for people to write their own stories and publish them. And that's one of the benefits of being a member of See What She Can Do, is that you can share your story, whether it's your own story or whether it's a story about someone in your community that you want to celebrate, that your local newspaper or local television isn't picking up, or you want to be able to tell it in your own way. So the wonderful thing is we're contributing to the content, but there's also a sense of empowerment and engagement for women themselves to share their own stories.
So you really are building a cooperative then, really, as well as a community.
Exactly. Yes, absolutely. And because I just think there's power in numbers. And in terms of the community, if we keep waiting for somebody else to build it or to consider it important, we'll just continue to talk to the same issues. And for me, it was about let's build solutions. Let's create a place and a space where we can do it on our own terms, and we can see ourselves in what we're doing. And I have two teenage daughters, and for me, they both love sports and engaging in physical activity. And for me, I would love to have a world where it's just about the sport. It's not about women or men. It's about people enjoying ice hockey or people enjoying soccer. And you can embrace that and celebrate it for what it is.
Now, you mentioned your teenage daughters there, and I've noticed some rugby coverage. Are they rugby players?
No, they're not. They're soccer players, and they're downhill skiers.
Okay, super. Obviously, the downhill skiing is an accessible sport in Canada for you.
Yes, most certainly.
Terrific. Now, what else would you like the listeners to know about See What She Can Do, Caroline? Because you're obviously doing a number of things there. What are you first and foremost trying to promote, and what you would like to convey today?
Well, I think what I'd love to convey is that to invite people to join the site, to invite people to join our community and come together to help build women's sports. I really believe that we can make a difference together, and there's power in numbers. And if we can build a community where we see ourselves and we can celebrate the successes together, then the sky's the limit in my mind, and I really believe that. And so certainly I would warmly and generously invite people to come and explore the site, take a look at it, and if you like what you see, come and stay and join us and help us together build women's sports to being a place where women are celebrated and valued, and really where women are celebrated and can see themselves, really.
Absolutely, and they can sign up for free. So what do they get when they do sign up?
So when they sign up, you have the ability to use the site, whether it's sharing stories, creating events, creating your groups, and then when we host our own events, there'll be discounted rates for those types of events. So there's really lots of different ways to use the site. That's and I think the other and what I really hope that people get is that, oftentimes we feel overwhelmed by what we can do to make a difference. And for us, just by joining the community and being part of See What She Can Do, and that is making a difference. Because the bigger we are as a community, the more, I think, power of influence we can have in changing where women's sports goes in the future.
Well, absolutely. And they can find out about upcoming events. What's next on your calendar?
We're actually going to be a part of a really awesome event this weekend. It's called the Pulse Racing 4-hour relay, mountain bike relay. And it's the second annual event, and it's an awesome event where women can experience the world of mountain bike racing, whether on their own or as a team, as a beginner or as an expert or somewhere in between. So we're actually going to be there this weekend participating and covering the event and meeting some really cool women who love to be on their bikes in the forest. We're excited to be there.
Where would you like to see your organization then, Caroline, in, say, 5 years' time?
I think what I would love to see is an organization that is across Canada. It's in local communities throughout the country. It's a place where women. I want it to be a community where women could feel like they can be themselves. They can be a part of sport regardless of what their capabilities are. And really just a resource that can be at your fingertips, where if you're traveling from one part of the country to the other and you want to be a part of that community while you're there, then you can go to our site and you can you can find that information and really just be ubiquitous throughout Canada and within women's sports. Our goal is to be that go-to place, whether you're starting a sport, working through a sport itself, or trying to be your best at what that sport is. So it's really trying to serve the active female, whether she's a beginner or whether she's an expert or somewhere in between.
Fantastic. Well, again, welcome to WISP Sports as an affiliate partner. We love to have you on board and share the love, as you say. The tide rises for all of us if we team up together. I think there's a lot we can do. So we look forward to that, Caroline. And again, good congratulations on starting the website, the organization, and the very best of luck to you. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate the opportunity to share, See What She Can Do with your audience and community. I appreciate the opportunity.
Conversations from the world of women's sports. This is WISP Sports Radio.
And you'll find a link to Caroline's organisation, See What She Can Do, on our website at wispsports.com. Just go to the Listen tab and click on Transcending Sport. And whilst you're there, you'll also find the social media links for See What She Can Do. And, of course, we hope that you will spend a moment on the website to watch or listen or read some of the other content that we have here covering women in sport from around the world, which includes articles, videos and blogs, not least of all from our own ambassadors, who represent a variety of sports. That's all at wispsports.com. And, of course, you can follow us on social media and join in the conversation at wispsports, or you can reach us directly by emailing info@wispsports.com if you have any comments, questions, or even suggestions about guests or topics you think we should be covering here at Wisp Sports. We would love to hear from you. And, of course, if you are listening online, don't forget that you can also listen to Wisp Sports on any podcast app or player. Just look for Wisp Sports and subscribe. It's all free, and you get the biggest selection of podcasts covering women's sports in the world. Over 30 shows now, and hundreds of episodes with hosts which include leading athletes, Olympians, world champions, leading coaches, and award-winning journalists. That's all at Wisp Sports on your podcast app. Until the next time, I'm Chris Stafford. Thank you for listening and supporting women in sport everywhere.